This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am here with Fernando Sastre, who is joining us from Chozas Carrascal from Valencia in Spain. How are you today, sir?
Yeah, very good, thank you.
So
happy to be here.
Nice early morning tasting, which is always a fun thing. And you are bringing us some wines through Hobbs & Co. A couple of fascinating wines, these two here, a white and a red. But I think one of the starting points that we should look at is the whole concept of Vino de Pago and what a Vino de Pago is, how it came about, and how your winery relates to that designation.
Right, so yeah, well, in Chozas Carrascal we are Vino de Pago, which is the top Spanish classification. It's the classification that regulates unique single state vineyards. And well, to be Vino de Pago, what you need to be is, well, first of all, a single vineyard, and so we don't buy grapes from others, we only work with our little piece of land. Then the winery is located in the middle of the vineyard, okay, and then most importantly is that we are unique inside of our region, okay. In our case, what really makes us unique is the microclimate and the soil composition. Microclimate, we are on the northern part of the appellation, okay? So what we get is a kind of more moderate temperatures that's, well, thanks to an early cool breeze that is also really good for us because it blows the bunches, so we avoid diseases there. And then the soil composition, because we are at the beginning of a high hill and we share the same soils than the mountains, okay? So that's the meaning of Vino de Pago, no? It's a unique vineyard inside of a region.
So this designation was put in place basically to emphasize very, very special, unique vineyards or estates.
Yeah.
And how many of these are there in Spain today?
Well, nowadays we are 17.
17.
17 vineyards, 17 wineries, out of about 4,000 wineries in the whole country.
Wow, and that makes you very special indeed.
Oh yeah, well, this is what we do. I think that it's a very honest way of winemaking, because we're only working with our land, no, with our grapes. And that's what we really promote.
And tell us a bit about the two wines that we've been tasting. You have the 3 and the 8 here, the La Tres and Las Ocho.
Las Tres and Las Ocho. So yeah, based in our unique vineyard, we wanted to make wines that really represent our land, no? So Las Tres, it's a blend of our 3 white varieties, okay? So it's a white wine that has been first a barrel fermented and then aged for 3 months with a 2 daily batonnage during the first 6 weeks, okay? So it's a intense, rich, complex white wine.
With a unique blend, it has to be said.
Oh yeah, that's a 50% Chardonnay, 30% Sauvignon Blanc, and 20% Macabeo.
Huh.
I think that's a great combination because you've got the freshness from the Macabeo. It's a variety that makes wines with great acidity. Then you've got that sort of fruit-driven notes from the Sauvignon Blanc, and then the structure and the body that comes from the Chardonnay. Okay.
Well, I've never really tasted anything like that before, and the texture is absolutely marvelous. Now, the red wine, you have 8 varietals in
Exactly, and here we've got a coupage of our 8 red varieties, okay? So that would be, most of the wine is Garnacha, Cabernet Sauvignon, Merlot and Syrah.
Okay.
Then we've got a bit of Monastrell, a little bit of Tempranillo, right? Then a touch of Bobal and a touch of Cabernet Franc.
Huh, and how old are these vines? Because you have some native varietals in there as well.
Yeah, well, Our youngest vines were planted in 1990, but we also have some old vines, Garnacha, and some old vines, Bobal as well, which are about 50 to 60 years old.
So the current ownership goes back to 1990, but the winery has a history predating that.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the project Chozas Carrascal started in 1990, but our winery, which is a government-protected building, dates back to the 1870. So, a few years making wine in that place.
And how have your wines been received worldwide?
Oh, very well, honestly. Very well. I mean, in terms of scores and awards, we're quite happy. And then the concept of making a coupage with all your varieties, I mean, people is taking it very well. But at the end, I mean, the concept could be nice, the story could be nice, but the product is what's really important. And I think that's what really convinced people. When they try it, I think our wines delivers intensity, expression, but then on the palate, they are velvety, they are smooth, they are elegant. And that's what we're really after.
They're very contemporary wines, would it be fair to say that?
I would say so.
Yeah.
I would say so, and that tells, that comes from the style we make wine. We try to make wines really fresh, very approachable. I mean, suitable for everybody. Not complicated wines, but telling you a lot.
I think the one thing that really jumps out on both of these wines is the textural quality. And you were mentioning that with the red there, you do your fermentation in concrete tanks.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Everything in our winery happens in concrete tanks. I mean, we have different shapes, different sizes. We've got egg-shaped tanks, we've got trunk conic tanks, and then we've got rectangulars as well. But the biggest ones are 20,000 liters, so all small vinifications.
And you're talking about porous concrete here, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we did a research in 1990, and we compared concrete, stainless steel, and oak vats. And for us, the best material of them all was concrete. I mean, concrete is a material that allows micro-oxygenation without giving any extra flavor. And another important thing is that, imagine, when we start with Chardonnay this year, 16th of August, down in Valencia is quite hot.
Yes, yeah.
Right? So temperature is key. So think that concrete tanks have a wall this thick, so that helps us in preserving the temperature.
Yeah, that makes
a lot
sense.
better.
Yeah. Well, I really enjoyed these wines, despite the fact it's so early in the morning. They tasted an absolute delight. Fernando, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today. Really appreciate your time and your wines.
My pleasure.
Bye
Thank
for now.
you. Cheers.